we shall be one by one identifying the 34 Search for Hometown Heroes nominees. Now, before we do that, may we call on two distinct individuals. And the first is Miss Emmy Pulido. May we call on Miss Emmy Pulido on stage? She is the President and CEO of Praise Realty Marketing Corporation. Also, she is the Senior Assistant Governor of Rotary International District 3830. And she is a member and past president of the Rotary Club of Bel Air, Makati Bel Air. Lastly, she is the chair of the search on behalf of Rotary. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, around 11 Rotarians have nominees for the 34, for the 34 individuals. Next, may we call on Mr. Louis Amper. Mr. Louis Amper, he is the member of the Advisory Council of BCYF. He is also the chairman of Deloitte Philippines Community Projects.
So Mr. Louis Amper and Ms. Emmy Pulido will give the certificates to our nominees.
And apart from the certificate, we have an accompanying bag. And it... Oh, okay.
The certificates will be awarded to our nominees.
All right.
All right, so shall we start announcing the nominees one by one? All right.
The ladies go first.
Okay. Our first nominee is from the province of Albay. And the project, it's called Geonets from Coconut Husk for Bioengineering Construction. May we call on Dr. Justino Arboleda.
Round of applause for Dr. Justino Arboleda.
So, coconut farmers of Bicol is the target audience, government projects, developers, and mining companies. The objective of the project is to increase farmers' income and provision of labor through the purchase of waste coconut husk, twinning and weaving of nets, produce a low-cost material for erosion control and lower construction costs. Once again, Dr. Justino Arboleda.
Thank you. Up next, we have Miss Donatilia Barbaran, Selfless Caring to the Less Fortunate. Area of implementation is in Metro Manila, and she has been involved since 2008. Now, her target audience are the street children and the informal settlers. The objective of her project is to uplift the lives of less fortunate through little acts of kindness and caring to provide to immediate basic needs, medication, and increase awareness on cleanliness and sanitation. Also, she intends to increase awareness among friends and donors of the needs of the poor, like food, medicine, and financial support for the sustenance and medication of the poor. Lastly, she intends to provide actual quality time by talking to them about their needs and by actually accompanying the poor to the donors, including PAGCOR, DSWD, politicians, and other consistent with the advocacy of selfless caring. Again, we have Miss Donatilia Barbaran.
Next nominee is Mr. Roman Balingkit Barbecho Sr. Discipline, cleanliness, peace and order, clean and green, good relationship to others. He is from Batan Rapu-Rapu, Albay. The target audience are people of Batan Rapu-Rapu, Albay. The project objective is discipline, cleanliness, peace and order, clean and green, good relationship to others. Once again, Mr. Roman Balingkit Barbecho Sr.
Up next, we have Miss Gina Mozo Barquilla. Fish Forever, Waste Management Campaign, Mangrove Management. Area of implementation, the municipality of Del Carmen, Surigao del Norte. And the date of implementation, 2010. The target audience are the fisher folks and general population of around 19,000 residents. And her objective is to promote responsible fishing behavior, conserve the mangrove forest, and solid waste management. Once again, that's Miss Gina Mozo Barquilla.
Our next nominee is Reverend Father Benigno Beltran, the Philippine Sustainability Challenge. Objective is use of cloud technologies and digital devices in providing free education to thousands of out-of-school youth and children with autism and Down syndrome.
I think, Reverend Father. That's Father Benigno Beltran. Up next, we have Mr. Fernando Punla Briosos. Spring Water Restoration Project for Aita Repairing. The area of implementation is in Sitio Soriaco in Mabalacat, Pampanga, Bataan, Zambales, and Tarlac. Date of implementation is February 2014, targeting the Aita communities, and the objective is to provide resources upon which the indigenous Aita people depend on. Also to explore, restore, and evaluate water management strategies. Again, that is Mr. Fernando Punla Briosos. Is he coming in late? All right, we move on to the next.
Our next nominee is Mr. Ray Dennis Caballero, Gabaan Youth Lead, Youth Facilitation Team, and Community-Based Projects. Area of implementation, Negros Oriental and Visayas and Mindanao. Target audience, youth and community. Project objective is to uplift young people from all suffering and want, equipping them with necessary skills and knowledge to face the future.
We understand that after confirming, there are some who haven't come yet. Probably they're stuck in traffic or maybe other circumstances. But as the cliche says, we shall proceed. Yes, they are actually getting the attendance sheet already. All right. Shall we wait? Or we can proceed right now with Mr. Aladin B. Kabutahe. Round of applause. I think he's here. Mr. Aladin B. Kabutahe, Serbisyo at Kalinga sa Aitas. Area of implementation, Sitio Magoli, Anatgan first. Date of implementation, Date of implementation is July 5th, 2018 up to July 6, 2018. To deepen one's appreciation of the value of giving and volunteerism in the context of community service and total human development. Also, to actualize one's desire to work together with other people and build communities of solidarity through actual community work. That's Mr. Aladin B. Kabutahe.
Our next nominee is Ms. Rochi P. Castillo, Sabang Dagitan Surf Camp, a community-based sustainable tourism project. Area of implementation, Barangay Sabang Dagitan, Dulag, Leyte. Target audience, surfers, local tourists, and foreign guests. The objectives are develop a sustainable community livelihood resources managed by the service cooperative, promote community empowerment and values formation towards ecological leadership, and protect the environment, establish nature-friendly and God-loving community.
Next we have Attorney Edgar Migrino Chato, Provincial Government of Bohol Civil Society Organizations Partnership. Area of implementation, it's province-wide in Bohol. Date of implementation is the 1st of July 2010. And of course, the target audience are the marginalized communities. The objective of the project is to strengthen collaboration and encourage complementation of programs, projects, and services of the different civil society organization, sector groups, and stakeholders along the directions of inspired Heat It, Bohol developmental agenda of the provincial government. Let's move on to the next.
Next, we have Miss Maria Fe Foronda. Street Kids Back to School Project. Area of implementation, Cainta and Taytay Rizal. Target audience, street children and vulnerable children to send children working in the streets. The project objective is to send children working in the streets back to school, formal and non-formal, to teach values to children and their families.
Next, well, out of the all the nominees, this is the only person I know because our club, the Rotary Club of Makati, nominated him. Mr. Norman King, Iskolar ng Bayan, UP, Manila. Area of implementation is, of course, in Manila. The target audience are the students and company employees. Project objective is to give inspiration and motivational talks to various institutions such as company, schools, events, being an AITA who was able to finish, this is a trivia, the very first AITA who graduated from UP Diliman as a scholar. Department of Behavioral Sciences. There you have it, Norman King.
Our next nominee is Miss Eileen Constantino Peñas, Batang Atikha Savers Club. Area of implementation abroad and in various provinces in the Philippines. Target audience, overseas Filipinos and their families. The project objectives are to train the OFWs on how to manage their finances, nurture relationships with children, and address family issues brought about by their separation. The impact of her work on the lives of overseas Filipinos, their children, and the communities is her best accomplishments. And of course, the advocacies that was instilled in various government and private agencies that Atikha have worked with. Once again, Miss Eileen Constantino Peñas.
Now we move on to Mr. Demetrio C. Perez. Innovation for affordable and durable agricultural machineries and livelihood assistance for Bilaan Tribe. The area of implementation around the country, Matanao. Target audience, Davao del Sur, small farmers, and other clients from the Bilaan Tribe. The objective of the project is fabrication and machineries progresses to promote agricultural mechanization as the most cost-efficient and production-effective solution to the pertinent challenges in agricultural sector through affordable and high-quality manufactured agricultural implements and equipment. Once again, Mr. Demetrio C. Perez. Round of applause.
Next, we have Miss Alma Arroyo Santos. Area of implementation, Palo Alto Integrated School. Date of implementation, 2004 to 2014. Target audience, students and teachers. Project objective, to raise awareness and preparedness about calamities and disasters. Main advocacy is disaster preparedness and awareness. Once again, Miss Alma Arroyo Santos.
Next, we have a, hold on for a moment. I believe we have a representative for Miss Elizabeth Timbol, my personal friend. Virgin del Rosario Learning Center and Usbong Katutubo in Pampanga. The date of implementation, 1994 and 2010 respectively. The target audience are the less privileged children in ITAS. And of course, the project objective is inclusive growth of the economy. Once again, a round of applause for Miss Elizabeth Timbol. Do we have a representative of Miss Susan Sedano? Oh, I see. All right. May we have the wife? Hello, madam. Let's make your way to the stage.
General Colonel Thomas R. Sedano Jr., CAV, PA, Project Shoebox. Area of implementation nationwide. Date of implementation, February 29, 2012. Target audience, school children who are victims of calamities, who live in war-torn areas, and even show support for uniformed personnel in the front line. Project objective is for school children to motivate them to do well in their studies, to contribute in solving illiteracy problem in the countryside. The Project Shoebox, Students Helping Students, and Bayanihan para sa mga bayani ng bayan, aim to teach privileged students. Once again, General Colonel Thomas R. Sedano Jr.
There you have it. I think we've already read all the nominees. Now, hold on. Hold on for a moment. We still have some here. All right. Mr. Roman Balingquit Berbecho Sr. Discipline, cleanliness, peace and order. Clean and green. Oh, okay. All right.
We have Colonel Joel M. Paloma, Army and AFP Transformation Roadmap 2028. Area and date of implementation, nationwide. Target audience, the Filipino people. Project objective, AFP transformation for a long-term, 18-year transformation and governance program. Its primary purpose is to transform the PA into a better, more dynamic, more capable, and more professional army committed to its mandate of serving the people and securing the land. Once again, Colonel Joel M. Paloma.
Next, we have Mr. Feyruds Ibrahim Ebus, Integrated Rehabilitation Project for IDPs in Barangay Buayan, Datupiang, Maguindanao, and Barangay Baliki, Midyasap, North Cotabato. The area of implementation is Barangay Buayan, Datupiang. The objective is to rebuild the lives of the internally displaced persons in central Mindanao brought about by the armed conflict between the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the MILF. Next, we have Dr. Jimmy Del Rosario, Site for Palawan. To reduce the current prevalence of bilateral blindness due to cataract blindness, visual impairment due to refractive errors by 5% per year, by the year 2018. Physician for Peace. The intention is to see clearly sight for a child and to address the overwhelming need for vision care in underserved areas. Aligned with the World Health Organization's Vision 2020 to eradicate treatable blindness throughout the country by the year 2020.
Next, we have Reverend Father Jomar Sibug, OP. Send a child to school, Project Aral Silid Aklatan. Area of implementation, Camiguin Norte, Babuyan Island. Date of implementation, July 4, 2009, July 15, 2011, and July 28, 2018. Target audience are the school children of Camiguin Norte, Babuyan Island. Project objective is to send a child to school to help people in Babuyan Islands rise from poverty through education. Project Aral brought school supplies for elementary school children of Camiguin Norte. Project Aral Silid Aklatan aims to build the first and only public library in Babuyan Island. Once again, Reverend Father Jomar Sibog, OP.
Next, we have Colonel Jeff Antonio D.L. Tamayo Jr., Philippine Indigenous Tribal Games. Area of implementation, Luzon to Mindanao, Kota Kinabalu, Malaysia, Tocantins, Brazil. Date of implementation, 2009. And the objective is to preserve and protect the environment and ecological biodiversity on two fronts, modern society and indigenous peoples. Next, to preserve cultural heritage by introducing to modern society the indigenous peoples as important members of the community. Also, it intends to be part of the preparation for climate change by uplifting the lives and strengthening indigenous peoples. Lastly, also intends to work these goals to their maximum potential in our country and work with others to repeat the same in our neighboring Asian countries. Again, that's Colonel Jeff Antonio D.L. Tamayo Jr. Next, we have Engineer Andres Ngawi. Implementation of Indigenous Persons Education.
The Chairman Council for IPED Cordilleras Region.
Dr. Maria Luisa Abad Vernida. Skin Research Foundation of the Philippines. Area of implementation, Jose R. Reyes Memorial Hospital. Date of implementation, 2001. The target audience are the patients affected with leprosy and tuberculosis. The objective is to improve the quality of life of patients affected with skin disease through research and continuing medical education, and to provide medical assistance through medical missions, provision of auxiliary services, and medical equipment. Once again, that's Dr. Luisa Abad Venida. All right, that completes the list. May we please give a collective and resounding round of applause to all the nominees of the Search for Hometown Heroes 2018.